Hey, what is going on, everybody, and welcome to another Blogs with Boilon Friday. Today we have, hopefully, the full kit for Red Hulk being released. Also, as story resets time, of course, we do have Pocket Dimension going live, so I do want to do a quick cover on that again. Hopefully, we'll also have some events to cover as well, which will be next week as we roll into September's Abomination, which doesn't look super good. By the way, the Stark R&D event should be related to gold and power core spending. So we'll find out more about that in the blog today, hopefully. And, well, of course, everything is subject to change. So if you're ready to go, then let's boil this down. And to start things off, we have Red Alert. So there is a photo of Red Hulk there in the background. We're going to get his full kit. We talked about, the kind of the nuts and bolts of what his kit was going to look like anyways on the Apocalypse page on their website. But we're going to get more detail about that. I'm going to skip over the lore part. If you want to learn more about Red Hulk, you can read that there. Red Hulk is the legendary brawler for the Gamma team and features high damage and health stats, crushes foes with big attack. I believe that this was actually just ripped off of the Apocalypse website, because this sounds familiar. Red Hulk also has a powerful charge mechanic in war that fills up his ultimate's ability energy. His ultimate ability, Meteor Crash, is where you'll find Red Hulk's devastating gamma radiation. Okay, so it sounds like you have to use the alt before you actually trigger the battlefield effect, which looks pretty crazy because it was like 3 bleeds on enemy turn. Battlefield effects are a new ability mechanic introduced with Red Hulk. They applied to a specific side of the battlefield, enemy side or player side. So we know that in the future, there could be positive stats effects, battlefield effects. Lasts until the end of the match, and each side can only have one active battlefield effect. That's kind of interesting, I guess. As we move forward, I don't know when the next time we're going to see one of these, but that should be interesting. Red Hulk's gamma radiation effect is applied to the enemy side and causes enemy... Yeah, so we know that. Hero Global Bio, we knew this too. We knew all this. So Fiery Fist, basic. Primary target for 275, plus flip 1 positive, 2 negative. Repeat this, so it's going to flip 2, or has a chance to flip 2, if it passes a focus check. In war, repeat this attack 2 additional times. So it's 4 hits in war, and it doesn't matter which side, war, offense, or defense. When this character performs a counterattack or assist and has 5 or more charge, that counterattack or assist gains also more damage and then flips an additional positive. So lots of flipping going on. Sounds like that's a really good striker move, especially if it's in war, because I'm not sure how, it's only going to hit once, but it should still flip. So it might be a still pretty solid striker ISO for that anyways. Pavement Pummel, 3 out of 3. Okay, so I just want to be cautious here, because last time Rogue had listed her energy cost of a 2 on her special, so hopefully this is actually 3. Clear barrier on primary and adjacent targets, so that's nice. Okay, so good against Darkhold. I think that this is probably a Darkhold killer, at least in war. Maybe Dormhold as well. Attack primary and adjacent targets for 350. Plus apply offense down for 2 turns and reduce speed bar by 10%. That's not a ton. Clear revive once on the primary target, so that's good. Especially if you're fighting Dormhold, and you can use this on Agatha or Morgan Le Fay or something. Repeat this attack 1 additional time. So it's going to be 20% turn bar then. Oh, 40% in war. Okay, so 20% outside of war, 40% in war. I mean, I guess this has like 4 chances to clear revive once if there's a focus check involved. So that's good, but it's not going to change the primary target though. So that's kind of unfortunate, I guess. That's what I'm seeing here, is that it's still only going to clear from 1 person, which is probably going to be the main one, probably Morgan Le Fay, right? That's who you're going to want to clear out fast. Ultimate Meteor Crash, so it is 0 out of 8. That's pretty big energy. Attack all enemies for 450%, plus flip all positive effects into negative. Apply trauma for 2 turns, so this is outside of war as well. Apply a trauma for 2 turns and heal block for 2 turns to all enemies. Gain 500% focus for this, so this is a really powerful move. Attack ignores defense up and cannot be blocked or dodged. Clear all battlefield effects on the enemy side and apply gamma radiation to the enemy side. We knew about this. On enemy turn, attack that enemy for 250% piercing. We didn't know how much damage, and apply 3 bleeds. So that is really, really good, and it's piercing damage. So once this goes off, it sounds like they're in for a rough ride. This battlefield effect lasts until cleared or until the end of the match. So it doesn't even matter if he dies. If Red Hulk dies after this move, it's still applied to the enemy, so it's still going to keep ticking, which is pretty nuts. Passive, seeing, and all of this actually applies outside of war. Honestly, I think this is probably the most important thing here, is the gamma radiation battlefield effect is not war specific. So this is going to be in arena. In arena with the other Horseman characters. So Red Hulk is immediately arena meta by looking at this. That's nuts. Doesn't even matter what the saga buffs are going to be. Passive, seeing red. On spawn if charged, clear charged. On spawn if Hulk is an ally, gains safeguard and immunity. That's kind of cool. On turn, heals self for 20%. At the end of any turn, when this character has 5 or more charge, gains 7 ability energy and fill this character's speed bar by 50%. This triggers once per match. Okay. When an enemy attacks this character, gain 1 charge up to a max of 5. Okay. 60% focus. Gamma allies gain 60% focus. For each charged, gains more speed, block chance, and chance to counterattack. So he needs to get hit. So what forces him to get hit necessarily? In war, on spawn, fill speed bar by 10% plus 10% per gamma ally. So that's just for him? Or if this character has 3 or more gamma allies, when an enemy attacks this character, gain 1 more charge. Okay, I see. Alright. So you're going to fill this way more frequently in war. When an enemy attacks a gamma ally, gain charge in war, of course. Okay. So it's going to be a bit harder to get to that 5 in outside of war, it seems. So we'll have to see how that works. Gain 50% damage reduction in war. Gamma allies gain 50% damage. That's a holy shit. This could be a valid defense team as well. Gain 50, because there's support with Brawn. This could be a war defense team, even though a lot of the text suggests offense. Gain 50% resistance, and the team gets 50%. Defense up and minor defense up cannot be applied to self or any gamma allies. So that's kind of interesting, because you have that 50% damage reduction here, so you can't have defense up. So for better or for worse, it's pretty much the same thing. Except for this is flat damage reduction, and actually, this is probably better against piercing as well. So that's really interesting. I'm actually really curious to see what Red Hulk's kit looks like when you get the Saga difficulty 2 cleared. How is this going to impact the other Horseman characters? Let me know in the comments down below. Are they going to get 50% damage reduction outside of war with the empowered abilities? I almost wonder. Let me know what your thoughts are about that in the comments down below. Also, some of this, I wonder, like, because there's 2 abilities, right? So, I don't know. I don't know what else is gonna, maybe this part. I don't know which parts are gonna, like, kind of queue over to Arena or other game modes as well with the team. So, Hulk Hunter, this is the new Abomination event. This is the September. Now, I talked about this in a previous video. Instead of guaranteed shards for Abomination, it's going to be Abomination orbs. And hopefully we get to see that. Making progress in these 10 events, blah, 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 blah. Similar. It's very similar to previous months. But you also earn a daily web milestone. So be on the... Oh, okay. A daily web milestone to collect, which is going to get you points. So this is different. So make sure that you're keeping an eye on this. Now, I don't know what date specifically this is starting. Maybe it will say August 31st. So the first event, Stark R&D, August 31st, that's going to be next Wednesday. So they're resetting the days. It used to be running events on Sunday, but now they're running events on Wednesday. And we're getting the Power of Attorney. That's the She-Hulk costume event. Brains is Bronze. This is going to be the Brawn character event and Ethereal Arms. I'm not sure what this is yet, and we'll find out more about that. So no more. We have Hulkbuster ending on Sunday, and then nothing more until Wednesday. More or less. So keep an eye out for that. Some quick rumbles are listed here. Shield, Weapon X, Ravagers, and to be determined trait. Now, in the data mines, there was something called... it was something to do with the web characters, I'm pretty sure. Vigilant. And there was also a hand trait in there as well. So I don't know which one this is going to be. Maybe it is the Vigilant thing, but they can't tell us more about that because it's for the next patch, which is going to happen in a couple of weeks, probably in somewhere here. I would imagine that we're going to get the patch maybe middle or towards the end of September. Coordinated Assault, September. So this is the ISO 8 spending milestone. What's not coming back is Victory Blueprint. The war earning currency event does not appear to be coming back to Marvel Strike Force. So, you're in the clear now. You can claim your war rewards, and it looks like it's not coming back. So for better or for worse, what's interesting about that event, of course, is that it did give us blue 4 ions, so maybe they'll be finding other ways for us to be getting that. Now the points, same as other months, they're going to have the items which are going to give you burst points. I'm going to open this up in another window here so I can zoom in a little bit. And what I'm curious about is you can see at the very bottom, I'm sorry my screen blocks this out, god damn. So down at the very bottom, it says Imperfect Serum for 58.35, Irradiated Blood 45k, Reptoid Fin 60k, and Indestructible Pants 100,000 at the bottom. And so that's crazy, because the milestone is no longer 40k, it's 500k. And you can see the Gamma Goliath orb fragments on the side. Okay, so this is a brand new point scale, and I don't know how this is going to go for us as, you know, non-spenders. Where are we going to be able to get to? I honestly don't know, but what you will know is that hopefully that we can get all these items, and adding those up is about 200,000 or so. So I guess you can get at least that, right? And so we can tally up all the Gamma Goliath orb fragments. I'll be doing that later on. I don't think there's much to math out at this point. But what we do know, it'll be important to know how many orbs is the bare minimum for Gamma Goliath, because you don't start collecting them until 105k over here at milestone 24. This one here, I believe, is the first time that you see that. I'm just looking right now. 1 orb here, 1 orb here, 1 orb, 2 orbs, 2 orbs, 3 orbs, 3 orbs, 4 orbs, 4 orbs. So how many shards are we actually getting from these orbs? What's the bare minimum? Is it like one of those 675 orbs where we're going to get 6 plus? Because they did say that you could get as many as 100, but most likely that's going to be super fucking rare. So the question is, how many shard are we going to unlock Abomination free to play? Kind of hard to know at this point without seeing this orb, which hopefully will go live as of August 31st, sorry, just before the start of the month. So we'll have to revisit this probably sometime early next week when we know a little bit more. And the leaderboard, it says earn at least 200,000 to qualify for the leaderboard. Similar to other months, probably has like pretty much exactly the same shit in here. So that suggests that you should be able to at least get 200,000 for better or for worse, which is all of the items actually. And how we get the other ones, this is going to be a brand new point scale, so I'll be having to do almost a brand new table for this. So I'll be doing that and adjusting accordingly. Stark R&D, this is going to be that goal. Let's find out, right? We really need to find out about this gold spending shit, because this is what they said. Earn points towards this 1-day milestone that takes place 6 times, so 6 days total, by unleashing your roster in Blitz and by spending gold. You'll earn more points in Blitz by using Bionic Avengers, and if they're higher gear tier. So good for me. I have no problems to do this, because I have like gear tier 16 Bionic Avengers in some cases. You're going to get the Imperfect Serum, which is worth like 5,900 points or whatever, which is like nothing. But there are some augmented gamma radiation if we can make it. During this event, the High Roller milestone will be integrated into the milestone. So head to Stark R&D to claim rewards for spending gold. So instead, for the week, it seems that instead of High Roller, it's going to be replaced by this Stark R&D milestone. So I hope that A, it doesn't cost too much, and B, that we get what we would have gotten from the daily High Roller, which was like 50 power cores or some other stuff from that. So that's important as well, at 1 million gold. Now, the question is this 15 million points for fucking 1 day? It better not be. Is this the entire day? I don't know. Hold on. Let me open this in a new tab. Okay, so it says down below, you're getting a shit ton of points for blitzing. 1-to-1 for gold. That's rough. But the blitz is still crazy. 50,000 points for a blitz win. 70,000 for Bionic Avengers. 35,000 if they're gear tier 13, 14. 40,000 more if they're gear tier 15. 55,000, you can't see it, it's off the screen, for gear tier 16. And 75,000 if they're gear tier 17. Holy shit. Who has gear tier 17 Bionic Avengers? Okay, I'm going to have to math this out myself. I'm going to be presenting this to you guys probably early on next week, maybe Monday, Tuesday, and we're going to talk about this. We're going to math out the Blitz stuff, though, and then figure out like what that means as far as gold spending, because I think that's the most important thing to do. It is a daily milestone, which means that you can only do so many Blitz wins in a day, but you want to prioritize Bionic Avengers. So if you haven't geared your Bionic Avengers yet, I might want to consider it, but you'll get bonus points for this, and it might be super important. As far as what else you're going to get in here, there's mutated cells. This is the currency for the month, and then, of course, the item. There's going to be some orange gear in here and lots of other shit. And you can see actually... wait, what? Oh, 2 augmented gamma radiation. That's daily, though. So that could be up to 12 if we can get to that 8 million milestone, which is quite a bit. Joint venture web milestone. Rack your alliance milestone for this 6-day. Collect Stark Tech credits. That was the other shitty one because it's via alliance donations, which does not sound very good at all. But what are you getting? There's some blue 4 ions in here, actually, a little bit. And some gold orb fragments and legacy orb. So nothing too crazy. Alliance credits. 700 alliance credits. I don't know what that means. I don't know if that's a lot or not. So I'm going to have to revisit this. Let me know in the comments down below. Just at sheer glance, you know, I don't want to take too long on the video here talking about this. I don't know if that's a lot or not. So let me know if it is. Leaderboard, earn at least 125,000 points to qualify for... Is this for the alliance stuff? Really? I'm confused. There's a lot of shit going on in here. I really don't understand which points this is for. 125,000 for this, but the points here is 700. So previously, web milestones have notoriously been fucked up by Scopely, and they've never been accurately meant. The points are not proper. So I think that's probably wrong, given that it's an alliance-based milestone, and they'll adjust this later, hopefully, or we'll have to just guess what it's going to be. Spend goal. Nope, this is... Okay, leaderboard. What the hell? They're repeating the score here for the other milestone, gold and blitzing. Have no idea. Pestilence Scourge event coming back again. Third pass on August the 31st. That's just next week. Holy crap, that's come back really quick because I'm pretty sure we just had one like a month ago. So it hasn't been that long since the last, maybe even less than that. I'm not even sure. So that's crazy. We know how that works though, that, you know, people are getting bumped off as soon as you get 7-star, like myself, who has 7-star now. So I won't be competing with everyone else. Pocket Dimension, we know that this is coming today at store reset time, and the characters that you need are the heavy metal traits, which are in the game now. Upgrade to event start times. Okay, wow. We've typically had 5 p.m. This is crazy. 5 p.m. start times at store reset. Going forward, the start times of events are going to be 2 p.m. because they even fucking admit it. 5 p.m. is typically the end of the workday for most of our team, so we expect that the earlier time will increase the quality of events by giving us more time and resources to address event details and fuck-ups on the day that they occur. This update, along with several updates to internal, is to greater focus on game stability and a smooth play experience. Holy shit. I can't believe this happened. I was talking about this with someone else. I'm like, this is never going to happen. They've had this for like years. Since the start of the game, they've never changed this. This is probably the most shocking revelation in this entire blog post, is that they're changing this to 2 o'clock. So they're not going to be waiting for the store reset time anymore, and they're going to be issuing it 3 hours early. Now, this is great for people in Europe and possibly other time zones as well, because then it's not quite close to your bedtime. I'm not super bothered by that, but wow, you know, if this leads to better QA, then I'm all for it, and we'll have to wait and see when this starts. They didn't say when this is starting exactly, so we'll have to keep an eye on that. War updates. Yeah, so I'm not going to talk about it in this blog post. Other content creators have already talked about this. Basically, it's going to be updates to the reward system and things like that. Red Star available. Deathlock and Valkyrie already coming to the Elite Store. That's pretty quick, I think. And then Ultron for 6 red. Don't do that. I don't really, unless you don't do it. Because it's the same cost as a 6 red Horseman character. Don't do it. Character availability, we're getting... Okay, yeah, Ghost Spider... What? Ghost Spider's ending next season. And then Dr. Voodoo is going to that Mystic 1/6 note that it was data mined, and Hand Sentry, who is already in the Raid store, is going to be going into the Arena store. Okay, we have Nowhere Heist coming up, we have Relicunt, and we have an Amethyst Blitz, which we know is them getting ready to dump the Milestone 2 orb for that Milestone 3 that was data mined. This was pretty big. There was a lot of stuff in here. This is probably the biggest, in my opinion, but also there's going to be the math. Oh, and yeah, Pestilence coming back around. This will be good for my baby account. And of course the math, all of the stuff related to the Abomination events that are going to be starting next week. I'll be getting on that to do the math for you guys. And look out for stuff in the near future for that. Also, get ready for Pocket Dimension. These are the heavy metal characters that you can see in-game now. Let me know who you're going to be using for this. I had the previous video for that. I probably am not going to have a hard time, but I know that some people might. So my condolences to those who didn't have enough time to prepare those characters. They don't usually give you much time. So that's the end of this blog post. It was a bit longer than other ones, and of course, enjoy your weekend, everyone, and there'll be some more videos coming from me in the near future. So, of course, until next time, stay safe and healthy. I'll see y'all later. Boilon signing out.